the money that they wanted to add on, like $1.5 trillion. I had to investigate that. Like, so how are you going to add $1 trillion into a bill that you signed like 11 times prior with no problem? You had all that opportunity to try to increase or add that $1.5 trillion to it. So, of course, it's broken down over a lot of different line items that they put on the bill. But again, it looks like you just like laundering money because the places that it's going, it's just like there's no way you can guarantee that $500 million went to Tarzanistan for some DEI. But
Oh yeah.
it's legit shit like that that's in these bills, and you like no person in their right mind would agree to spend that amount of money on such a task. But that's what they're asking for now. And then when you dig a little deeper, there are reports of like immigrants saying that, hey, we're not sticking around here if we don't have the free stuff that you promised. So now all that, that was built up for the immigrants to get here and they get to, live the high life was all based off of some crap somebody told them. And, that's not even a tip of the iceberg. It's just so much that goes with that. But at the end of the day, it's who is going to walk out victorious in this power struggle between Democrats and Republicans. So,
So yeah, I was saying it brought me back to a question that you had posed before when you were saying you don't understand understand why do people feel so strongly about politics when they don't have any skin in the game. And I think this is an example of the fact that we do have skin in the game, and it is the fact that we are the only ones with the skin in the game. It's like they're all playing the game up, in Washington. They're playing the game, but we are the ones that, have to deal with the outcome of the game.
to me, that's not having skin in the game if you don't.
Well, when you say skin in the game, what's your idea of, what do you mean when you say skin in the game?
It's funny that you asked that because I just heard a quote recently, as the realest thing I've heard in a while. Person said that righteousness without power is just an opinion. And what that says is that you can have all the righteousness and the virtue that you would like to see happen, but unless you have the actual power to make it happen, then you're really not talking about much. And the American people are like that. It's like we have our rights. We want to feel what's right in this particular situation. People shouldn't go hungry. That's a righteous thing. But what power do you have in order to go turn it back on? You have to go to other people and say, hey, we need this turned back on. What power do you have in order to turn it back on? Trump can do it with a signature. The Democrats, they can go in and vote on it. They can do it with their signatures. What
The filibuster?
Yeah, well, I mean, they already posed the filibuster, but they can go back in and sign this continued resolution. I mean, that's an action. That's having some power to actually resolve something. And the question to the American people is like, okay, what power do you have? Because right now you're suffering, but you don't have any power to turn on any of this right now.
But I don't think. What do you consider having skin in the game?
Skin in the game would be to the average person that goes out and vote, or whatever it is that they claim to do. Their skin in the game would be what they get out based off of what they put in. Example, if you are a regular person that votes every 4 years or every 2 years, depending if you midterm vote for mayor or whatever, if all you do is go and push a button and say, I select this person to win, that is the amount of energy that you put into the game. That's what you bring to the table. Whereas there are other people that do the same thing. They go out and vote, maybe the 2 years or 4 years or whatever, but they also contribute. So they'll go to whatever politician and be like, "Hey, Mr. Politician, I got 10 grand based on your campaign. What can you do for me?" So right now, that person that's running, they're going to look at the person holding the $10,000 bag before they even consider you. So that's having some type of power. That's having some type of skin in the game. That person, $10,000 is their skin in the game.
You mean the super PAC? That's what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, super PAC,
super-
lobbyists. That was just an example, but you know that's the difference of having a skin in the game and not having a skin in the game. You're gonna lose 10 times out of 10 if you're running for election and you right now came to me and said, "Hey, Gary, I need for XYZ to happen." And then D come over to me, it's like with a $10,000 bag, like, "Hey, G, I need for this to happen." Who do you think I'm going to talk to?
But those are those people. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you. I know
Because I don't think that's what skin in the game means. I feel like when you say having skin in the game, that means that the outcome of the game has an effect on your life, and it has an effect on you.
No,
And like the game means something to you. It's like the difference between us watching a Bears game and being pissed off and upset about it, when they lose. And it's just like, why are you so upset? You have no skin in the game. Versus if you are, having money bet on that team, or if the team winning or losing had a direct influence on something going on in your life, then that would be having skin in the game.
Right.
And that translates to me, at least, the situation that we're going through right now, because the Democrats and Republicans can't get their shit together. Now, regular citizens are, without food stamps that they, most majority of them actually need to feed their children and themselves. And I feel like that's food stamps, and that ability and that access to food stamps is skin in the game, because without it, you fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, that's to me is different. I was referring to the fact that the actual power and the ability that you would have as either a group or individual to make a difference on the outcome. So like right now, what you said is like people are waiting. It's like the skin in the game in that particular aspect is part of the result. It's not having the ability to make a change. So if you're waiting for something and the people that are sitting there waiting for their EBT, if they're waiting, that's not the skin in the game. That's the result of the skin in the game. To me, I mean, I see what you said, but to me, it's like you're still dependent.
Yeah, but do you think it falls along that hey, put what you want out there before you vote? Because once this person in office, when it's campaign time, hey, I'm going to kiss all the babies. I'm going to come on out and say this and say that, but then not trying to narrow it down to just the president, but all your politicians, all your lawmakers. Hey, you said you're going to vote for this and vote for this when you were campaigning, but you said you weren't going to do this, but now when that time to vote, I see you vote no.
Oh, yeah.
I see you vote no. You said you voted yes, and you told me you wasn't going to vote on that. But then, now it just, I think it's come down to like the people that do have actual power, the super PAC, the people that have campaign funds, but then it kind of forces you to go back, hey, it go toward the president, but then, these politicians are the ones that keep the government open, but they play chess. They play chess. They play poker with all of our laws, and they tell us we're going to open up the government not until we get this. But the reason why you want this is because of this. Then it goes back and forth, and then you're trying to figure out, well, why do you say you want this? Why you want to send money to Uganda to keep the government open? What Uganda got to do with my food stamps?
Right.
But then they tell you all these back and forth online. And the filibuster and the news and the media, the Democrats don't want to open because of this, or the Republicans don't want to open because of this, or they keep voting no, or they keep voting no on this, or say yes on this. But I don't know. I still think it's weird that now all of a sudden they want to vote to open up the government. Both sides are coming together after the mayor election.
Yeah, I don't see that really being a smooth.
Yeah, it's going to be.
But to wrap up when I was as far as the skin in the game, because I'm like, and when it comes to logic, it's there's an issue, is a conflict when people are debating about a topic, and then it comes down to the definition of words and the use of those words, and if both sides are using different definitions to for the same word, then it's like it makes it difficult to come to an agreement or
Understanding.
or any type of understanding.